Thank you. Please take your seats. Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to Nagaland. Nagaland, the land of festivals, is a synergetic mix of pristine scenery, carefully preserved and curated traditions and culture, and rich and exquisite flora and fauna. The plethora of natural resources and creatively talented human resources makes Nagaland truly a land of opportunities. Ladies and gentlemen, I am your MC, Susan Angami, and it is a great honor to stand before you on behalf of G20's B20 India Secretariat, Ministry of External Affairs, along with the government of Nagaland and the Confederation of Indian Industry. This is the fourth and concluding B20 summit for Northeast India, and we are very optimistic that doors will open to a land and a people that is poised in readiness for the opportunities that will come out of this summit. To formally begin the inaugural session of Conference on Opportunities for Multilateral Business Partnerships in Agriculture, Food Processing, Tourism and Information Technology, may I request Mr. Pradeep Bagla, Chairman, CII Northeast Council, to come up to the stage for the welcome remarks. Please put your hands together for our speaker.
Shri Nephew Rio, Honorable Chief Minister, Government of Nagaland, Dr. Rajkumar Ranjan Singh, Honorable Minister of State for External Affairs, Government of India. Mr. J. Alam, Chief Secretary, Government of Nagaland. Ms. Rupa Datta, Principal Advisor, DPIIT, Government of India. Shri Mathum Yanthan, Honorable Advisor of Agriculture, Government of Nagaland. Excellencies, Ambassadors, High Commissioners, Consul Generals, Senior Dignitaries from Embassies, Senior Government Officials, Media and friends. Good morning. Today is a beautiful morning. Yesterday was a grand reception we saw with a depiction of the culture, rich culture, which the state has displayed. We are proud to and honored for the grand reception by the Chief Minister and his team. We are happy to welcome you to the fourth and the last B20 conference in Northeast, focusing on multilateral partnership in agriculture, food processing, tourism and information technology in Kohima here. We are enthused by the support we have been receiving from the state government of Nagaland to organize this B20 conference. We had very successful B20 conferences in Manipur, Mizoram and Sikkim recently, wherein we have been able to create traction with international delegation, wherein the state government and the local entrepreneurs. Today in Kohima, we hope not only to carry the momentum forward, but also set new benchmarks. As you may be aware, the Group of 20 G20 is the premier forum for international economic cooperation. It plays an important role in shaping and strengthening global architecture and governance on all major international economic issues. India holds the presidency of the G20 from 1st December 2022 to 30th November 2023. The Business 20, that is B20, is a group that represents the private sector within the group of G20 Forum. The B20 was established to provide a platform for the business community to engage with G20 and to offer recommendations and policies that can support global economic growth and development. Confederation of Industry is designated by the Government of India as the Secretariat for B20 under its presidency of G20 Forum. With the support of the G20 Secretariat, Ministry of External Affairs and the Government of Nagaland, CIA is pleased to have this opportunity to bring together global leaders, ministers, senior government officials from state and center, diplomats from G20 countries, and Indian missions, industry leaders from G20, guest countries and India, multilateral and bilateral organizations, amongst others representing 29 nations and India. I take this opportunity to congratulate Sri Nifurio, Honorable Chief Minister of Nagaland, for successful orchestrating this initiative at Kohima, Nagaland, endowed with rich horticulture, agriculture resources, tourism and information technology, is already making huge strides in providing conducive investment climate. Sir, we are aware of the state targeting 13,000 hectares to be brought under organic cultivation to convert the state from organic by default to organic by design. For specific crops with high market value, we are aware of Naga chili, that is Bhuj Jolokia, and its uses. The global community can explore its potential. Nagaland is also a much sought after tourist destination led by Hornbill Festival, reflecting the rich ethnic tribal culture through its folk dances, music, handicraft and food. Hornbill is an international acclaimed festival, and yesterday the Chief Minister was describing that we have a lot of festivals. That's why they call the land of festivals, and different tribes, they have different festivals all through the year, and definitely there's a lot of potential for not just Hornbill but the whole tourism, and where the state can depict and we can enjoy the total festivities all through the year. We also yesterday, it was so excellent, a rich cultural program was there where all the tribes had participated and we could see the different colors of different tribes and we really enjoyed. We understand that the state is planning to come up with various policies to support the industrial and investment climate in the state. CIA would be keen to associate with the state in drafting of competitive and user-friendly policies for the state. Keeping our commitment in Northeast, CIA is planning for an agro-tech exposition, a medical tourism conclave and a franchise show in the region. CIA is already, we have our representatives over here, and very shortly we are going to open our office, and definitely we are going to work with the government for improving the total industrial landscape. I, on behalf of CIA and my personal behalf, welcome Dr. Rajkumar Ranjan Singh, Minister of State for External Affairs, for joining us today at this very important B20 conference here at Kohima. We are indebted to this valuable time he has been committing for the B20 initiatives in the Northeast. And we saw the minister traveling to all the, I think for last 2 months you have been traveling for the B20 and G20 for the Northeast especially. We welcome Dr. Rupa Datta, Principal Advisor DPIIT to this B20 conference. CII has been working closely with DPIIT to conduct these B20 conferences across the country. We extend our warm welcome to Mr. J. Alam, Chief Secretary of Nagaland, for his presence in this August gathering, as the B20 will open up trade relationship with the global community. I am sure it will open up vistas for opportunities for increasing the trade potential in the Northeast. We are also glad to have with us Mr. Mathum Yanthan, Honorable Advisor of Agriculture, Government of Nagaland. We thank you for your support and encouragement to conduct this B20 conference in Nagaland. Last but not the least, we would like to thank the esteemed guests, especially the dignitaries from national and international, for their presence. We would like to thank the media and the friends. There is an interesting plenary session scheduled immediately after the inaugural session. This would be followed by business to business and business to government session. I would request all the dignitaries to take advantage of this sessions. And we are here for this, the reason for business, and you should take the best of opportunities. I wish all of you a very fruitful day. Thank you.
Thank you, sir, for your warm welcome note. I would now like to invite Ms. Rupa Datta, Principal Economic Advisor, Department for Promotion of Industry and Internal Trade, Government of India, to address the delegates.
Honorable Chief Minister of Nagaland, Honorable MOS from MEA, Chief Secretary of Nagaland, and all other dignitaries from various G20 countries, and friends from media, and also representatives from Indian businessmen from all across the country. A very good morning. I would like to mention that it's a great pleasure and honor for me to be part of this initiative and be given this opportunity to address all of you. As it was mentioned in the beginning, that there have been 4 initiatives planned for the entire Northeast. But this is with DPIIT, CII, and the Ministry of External Affairs. So it has been there in Manipur, Mizoram, Sikkim, and now in Nagaland. I was lucky enough to be associated with at least 3 of these events, and in fact a lot of faces have become familiar. We have been traveling to various parts of Northeast as part of this initiative, and the kind of energy and enthusiasm generated in terms of looking forward for mainstreaming of Northeast, looking forward for more investments in Northeast, promoting industries and skill development, agriculture, food processing, and so many other sectors is fascinating. I would now like to, I know there are a lot of speakers after me, so I'll not take a lot of time, but I'd like to give a bit of a brief for today's session on agriculture and food processing, and end with what we look at it from DPIIT for B20, which is our primary engagement group. In fact, in DPIIT, which looks at promotion of industry and internal trade, we have got 2 engagement groups. The oldest one, which is B20, Business 20, and the newest one, which is Startup 20, which is India's initiative for setting up engagement group this year. So I'll conclude with a little bit of what we are looking at from there, but let me give a brief perspective of today's topic. So we are looking, this is a conference on opportunities for multilateral business partnerships in agriculture and food processing. Nagaland, we know, has a rich cultural heritage, lush green forests, and a vibrant flora and fauna. So, and there are ample opportunities available for given the kind of rich cultural heritage and the business opportunities for investment and promotion of employment and industry in this area. If we look at the agricultural sector, Nagaland has a predominantly agrarian economy with 70% of its population involved in agriculture. It's got a high rainfall, which allows for continuous blooming of flowers throughout the year, and has a significant potential for honey cultivation. Some of the other areas where farmers can diversify their incomes are silk farming, livestock, fishery, and dairy farming. So these are some of the potential areas where productivity we feel. Of course, the state government would be able to give a better perspective on this, where we feel that a lot of investment and things can be taken, in fact moving up the value chain, seeing how these products can be even marketed more internationally and get a better branding and marketing status. In fact, a GI initiative, which is also part of DPIIT, has given tags to 3 farm products: the Naga Mirchi, the Naga Tree Tomato, and Naga Sweet Cucumber. Government is also taking various steps to promote organic farming in the state. Since majority of the farmers here follow good traditional agricultural practices, Nagaland's land is largely organic by default due to minimal use of fertilizers and pesticides. Along with GI, I would also like to mention that there is a key initiative of DPIIT, the ODOP, the One District One Product. 11 districts from Nagaland have been selected under ODOP, and this was a decision taken at the highest level that all gifts given to in all the G20 events to all the G20 delegates would be ODOP products. And we have worked in Government of India very hard on this, especially our ministry, and I think this has been a huge success, and these products have been generally liked by all the delegates and the case countries. To further promote this sector, government has also launched on the issue of organic farming a mission organic value chain development for Northeast region, which aims at development of certified organic production in a value chain mode and support the development of entire value chain. This is, as I have mentioned, an area which can promote a lot of social entrepreneurship, agribusiness, and even startups. Today's conference also looks at food processing industry. Food processing industry is one of the largest in the world, and in India, is one of the largest in the world, and we are expecting its output to reach to 535 billion by 25-26. And with India's consumer spending expected to grow to 6 trillion by 2030, we are likely to see many more Tier 2 and Tier 3 cities mirroring the trend visible in metropolitan areas, which are consuming more processed food in the coming years. And this food processing, again, is an allied activity of agriculture, adds to employment, value generation, and helps the farmers move up the value chain. Besides, already referring to Nagaland's immense agro resources, I would also like to mention a few more initiatives being taken by not only our Department of Northeast, where a large number of projects have been sanctioned for Northeast, and the kind of others, because from Government of India, some other initiatives being adopted. There are, we have a large number of food processing units covered under the production-linked PLI scheme in northeastern areas, where about 1,500 food processing projects have been sanctioned. There is a lot of focus also on skill development, where again about 8,500 crores has been sanctioned. Nagaland has again another area which we feel has a critical importance is skill development. One of our B20 task forces also deals with the future of work, skilling and mobility. All the northeastern states which we have visited has huge potentials in terms of high levels of literacy and a lot of skill development potentials. These are also areas where the startups can do very good work, and we can look at skilling, reskilling and upskilling in today's world, especially in the post-COVID scenario, where jobs are being changed very fast. So skill development can play a key role, and with a very positive and a very progressive population available in Nagaland, this is an area which would also can take up a lot of training, a lot of investment and potential and a good future potential. But another area which I would like to mention is the digital transformation. In recent times, and especially in the after the second Sherpa meeting, our G20 Sherpa Amitabh Kant sir has been mentioning this issue on a lot of fronts. This is looking at access to digital public infrastructure. It's looking at some of our major initiatives like CoWIN and Aadhaar and UPI and so many other areas. But this also requires a lot of focused attention, and it also requires an issue of access and accessibility. Especially providing a digital infrastructure in slightly remote areas still remains a challenge. And in fact, when we were in Bali and other countries earlier, we saw that access and accessibility remains an issue even for the developed countries as well as developing countries. This requires a key, all sections of population, economically, socially weaker sections, besides the people in the metropolitan areas, need to be given access, because this is a huge tool for promoting literacy, for promoting business development, and again, mainstreaming of the populations. So I would now like to conclude, but before concluding, I'll again mention that this initiative of B20, which is part of DPIIT, where CII is our knowledge partner and our secretariat, and along with MEA, this whole initiative of taking steps in northeastern states, having huge conferences, and everywhere we have faced such thanks to all the state government officials and thanks to Chief Minister Sir and his entire team, we have faced so much of such good hospitality, such good entertainment, and so much of positive vibes. Let us take it all forward in a positive and productive manner. Let us work towards catalyzing investment, promoting industries, besides other areas, promoting startups, and see how, as part of G20, all the G20 countries, with obviously special focus in India, which is the chair for this year, how we move ahead in the value chain and how we recover more. Indonesia's tag was recover faster, recover stronger tagline. Ours is Vasudhaiva Kutumbakam, one world, one family, one future. So in the post-COVID scenario, we all have to work together, in sync with each other, promoting each other's interests and moving ahead in life. Thank you.
Thank you very much, ma'am. I take this opportunity to invite Shri J. Alam, Chief Secretary to the Government of Nagaland, for a special address.
Shri Nifyorio, Honorable Chief Minister of Nagaland, Honorable Union Minister of State Shri Rajkumar Ranjan Singh Ji, Shri Mathang Yanthan, Honorable Advisor, Shrimati Rupa Datta, Senior Economic Advisor of DPIIT, Government of India, Shri Pradeep Bagla, Chairman CII NEC, Honorable Ambassadors, Honorable Ministers, Advisors, Legislators, Deputy Chiefs of Missions, Consul Generals, honored guests from G20 and associate countries, senior government officials of the state government and the central government, representatives of CII, dignitaries, distinguished guests, friends from the media, ladies and gentlemen. I am deeply honored to welcome all of you to this G20 summit. India's G20 presidency is a great opportunity for the country and especially for our state and the Northeast region. We are grateful to the Government of India for giving us this opportunity to host you all in this beautiful city of Kohima. We are the second oldest state in the Northeast, strategically located between the great river systems of Brahmaputra and Chinbin Irrawaddy, bordering the states of Arunachal, Assam and Manipur, and sharing a long international border with Myanmar in the east. Just to give an overview of Nagaland, we have 16 administrative districts which are home to 15 Naga tribes and several other tribal communities. The communities have rich social capital and a strong community spirit. These strengths are reflected in our village councils, in our village development boards, and in communitization of public services. Nagaland has many strengths. We have a favorable land to man ratio, low density of population, rich flora and fauna, substantial mineral deposits, and a largely English-speaking people, which are our greatest strength. Our land tenure system follows a traditional ownership patterns where land belongs to individuals, clans, and communities. We are predominantly an agrarian state, with 2/3 of our population being dependent on agri-related activities. Our food grains production in 22-23 is a little more than 700,000 metric ton. Nagaland is home to hundreds of varieties of rice and other millets and cereals. We are focusing on leveraging our agricultural crops into opportunities for food processing sector. The cereals, fruits and vegetables and other cash crops like tea, coffee have a distinct taste and flavor due to natural farming practices. Ladies and gentlemen, the young population of Nagaland is well educated and skilled. Our education system provides good scope for people to have soft skills. In the age of Industry 4.0, our endeavor is to provide the necessary opportunities for our young people to flourish to their full potential. In a small way, several startups are taking advantage of the new opportunities thrown up by the digital economy and are moving ahead. Further, to provide access to markets, we have over the years developed various indigenous brands such as Naga Organic, Nagaland Coffee, Naturally Nagaland, Monken and Mikey, etc., with strong connection to the grassroots and targeted at taking our local products beyond the state borders while generating income and livelihood for our people. Nagaland is also richly endowed with mineral resources with hydrocarbons, coal and limestone and various other mineral deposits. Most of these resources remain untapped due to insufficient investment in mining and related infrastructure. The physical infrastructure of Nagaland is getting rapidly upgraded. While we are building better roads to connect all parts of the state capital of Kohima is being connected with a new railway line which will connect the state with the rest of the country. A new network of small airstrips and heliports is also being developed in various important towns. We have also invested in promoting tourism through our rich cultural diversity and tribal festivals and various other attractions. Nagaland, being a small state, has a very business-friendly government setup where investors have easy access to top echelons of the government and administration that helps in quick resolution of the issues that investors might face. No amount of ease of doing business can replace the comfort and reassurance that such easy access provides. For the record, however, we have a single window clearance system available through the national portal, and it is being further enriched. Our ingrained cultural ethos also ensures that contracts and agreements are honored and enforced in letter and spirit. Apart from the indigenous tribal communities, Nagaland also has a fair presence of almost all socio-religious communities from across the country, which have been coexisting harmoniously for many, many years. We are an open society which welcomes everyone without any discrimination. To accelerate the pace of development in key sectors, we are trying to tap funding sources beyond the state and the central government and national financial institutions. Several externally aided projects and many CSR projects are currently under implementation in the state with encouraging results. Ladies and gentlemen, this meet is an opportunity for Nagaland to show to the world the vast potential that we have in the agriculture and food processing, tourism and infrastructure sector. We hope that the outcomes will foster a stronger people-to-people global relations and strengthen local to global economy by connecting made in Nagaland goods and services to the international market and global value chain. We welcome you to partner with us in this journey of development and growth. I am sure this strong business delegation representing global industry leaders and policy planners of the G20 countries and their associates will give a serious thought to exploring mutually beneficial partnerships in diverse sectors, which will go a long way in strengthening our bonds of cooperation and friendship in the months and years to come. With these few words, I wish to extend a very warm welcome to all of you. We hope that the discussions made today at the G20 conference here in Nagaland will herald the theme of India's G20 presidency, that is, one earth, one family, one future. Thank you. Jai Hind.
Thank you, sir, for your perspective. For the first keynote address, I have the privilege to invite Dr. Rajkumar Ranjan Singh, Honorable Minister of State for External Affairs, Government of India.
Good morning, Namaste. Honorable Chief Minister Shri Nephew Rioji, Shri J. Alam Chief Secretary Government of Nagaland, Srimati Rupa Dattaji, Principal Economic Advisor, DPIIT, Shri Mathung Yathan, Advisor Agriculture Nagaland, Shri Pradeep Banglaji, CII Northeast Council, esteemed delegates. It is always a pleasure to be back in the land of festival. It is an honor to welcome you for this Business 20 initiative in Kohima today. I hope you will get a glimpse of Nagaland during your stay here. I am sure Kohima will be etched in your memory for a long time to come. Nagaland is uniquely beautiful. Naga hospitality is legendary. It is indeed opportune and well-timed that a B20 event is being organized in Kohima, one of the furthest point from India's center. Yet, Kohima and the northeast region of India is central to our connected with our immediate neighbors to our east, and be it ASEAN or South Asia. Friend, Honorable Prime Minister envisions that India's G20 presidency should be celebrated in every corner of the country. It was he who envisioned that India in all its glory should be showcased to the world. Hosting of this B20 event in Kohima today is an outcome of that vision. I thank CII and the G20 Secretariat in my ministry and the Nagaland State Government for falsifying this vision. Friends, from the business community, presidency of G20 is a moment of pride for us. It is momentous. It is momentous as it gives us an opportunity to proactively contribute to shaping the agenda and the outcome. It is momentous as India's presidency comes at a crucial juncture in international relations as we emerge from the pandemic. Just to highlight one, this pandemic has forced us to relook at the existing global supply chain, work towards securing our supply chains from unforeseen shocks through diversification and resorting. So then we ask, is Northeast India well placed to leverage this opportunity? I strongly believe we are. My Prime Ministers believe we are. Else we should not be calling the Northeast to be the new engine of growth for India. Honorable Prime Ministers, unique initiatives like Prime Minister's Development Initiative for Northeast Regions, that is PM Divine, showcases the importance being attached to the development of the Northeast region by the government. These initiatives are over and above the fact that over the last number of airports in the region has jumped from 9 to 16. Number of flights connecting the region have increased from about 900 before 2014 to around 1,900 today. Many northeastern states have come to Indian railway map. For the first time, efforts are being made to expand the waterways also. The length of highways in the region has increased by 50% since 2014. Northeast is India's gateway to Southeast Asia. We will have seamless land connectivity with the heart of ASEAN and beyond once the India-Myanmar trilateral highway, India-Myanmar-Thailand trilateral highways is complete. We are continuously working for seamless land and rail connectivity with Bangladesh. The Northeast today can be seen as the center of the potentially dynamic regions of the world, surrounded by the ASEAN, Bangladesh, Nepal, Bhutan, and of course, mainland India. Our friends from the business community should consider this factor while exploring opportunities in the Northeast regions. Friends, it is a well-known fact that our youths from the Northeast serve as the backbone in the initial heydays of business process, outscoring boom in India. Our youths today play a critical role in hospitality and caregiving sector across India. We have reached human resource base. They will grow your business for you in the Northeast and beyond. Friends from business community, Northeast is front and center to our political leadership today. Northeast offer immense and relatively unexplored market opportunity today. I am confident that this Business 20 event in Nagaland will give you an unique opportunity to know Northeast, examine opportunity in Northeast from close quarters. Use this platform to start a conversations, to be the first mover. 10 years down, I can assure you that you will not regret. So, friend, hosting of this B20 event in Nagaland is well-timed and opportune. I say well-timed as the focus of our leadership is in the development of this region as the new engine of growth for India. I say opportunity as if you do consider to establish business linkages in this beautiful part of my country. You will enjoy enormous first movers advantages. Apart from, of course, being located in the middle of our land corridor with the Asian neighborhoods. I wish you the best of deliberation and best of stay here in Kohima. Thank you. Jai Hind.
Thank you, sir. This is indeed well-timed, and as we all know, timing is everything. At this juncture, to share with us his keynote address, may I humbly request Shri Nipirio, Honorable Chief Minister of Nagaland, to kindly share his insights. Sir.
Thank you, Chair. Respected Dr. R.K. Rajan Singh, the Honorable Minister of State, External Affairs, and Your Excellency, Ambassador of Republic of Cuba, Excellency Ambassador of Iceland, and Excellency High Commissioner Jamaica and Commissioner, Excellency Ambassador of Panama to India, Excellency Ambassador, Embassy of Paraguay, and Deputy Head of Mission, Embassy of Estonia, Minister, Consular, and Consul General, Embassy of Costa Rica, Principal Economic Advisor, Department for Promotion of Industries and Internal Trade, my colleagues, ministers, advisors, and member of Legislative Assembly, respected Burgess Godrich, Executive Director, and Ministry of External Affairs, DPIT, G20 Secretariat officials, Confederation of the Indian Industry, senior government officials of central and the state government, all esteemed guests who are present here, my local entrepreneurs, members of the media, ladies and gentlemen. Well, last night was a stormy night, but the weather has cooled out and we have all assembled. And I'm delighted to stand before you this morning also. I take great pleasure in welcoming you again to the distinguished guest to this G20 Business Summit. As repeatedly mentioned, Nagaland, the land of festivals, with its beautiful landscape, vibrant greenery, and the abode of indigenous people with a rich and colorful culture, hopes to find a special place in your heart. I welcome you on behalf of the people and convey my immense happiness on your coming here and giving us an opportunity to showcase few things that Nagaland has to offer. We come from different parts of the world, from different culture, nationalities, seemingly with very detached courses of history over time. However, the destiny and the future of every nation, the people of this earth, is interconnected and related. And the theme of India's G20 presidency, one earth, one family, one future, brings to the forefront our shared oneness in every aspect. As we live in a world which is interconnected in all aspects, there arises the utmost need to come together and cooperate, particularly for the economy. It is one of the most significant, determined, greatly shaping the lives and livelihood. The G20 Forum provides the perfect platform for international economic cooperations for the benefit of all of us. It gives us great pleasure to host this very significant G20 business meet for the benefit of the state and the entire Northeast and the country. The state economy is mainly centered, as you are aware and have also mentioned, around agriculture and allied activities, with about 70% of our population being dependent on these sectors alone. In one important aspect, it is exceptionally different. The bulk of our agricultural products are organically produced. This has been possible as farmers utilize natural manure and traditional practices. And of course, the Himalayan regions' lands are extremely fertile, being a young soil. The state also has a much lower population density at 119 persons per square kilometer. The rest of the country is more, and we enjoy a very favorable land-man ratio. The tropical and subtropical climate in the region is suitable for the growth and cultivation of agriculture products. Some items including, as mentioned, king chili and the most renowned, the sweet cucumber, and a unique tomato which is known as tree tomato. It is ready to eat raw when it is ripe, and it tastes sweet and it is very delicious. As you are aware, king chili, which is the world's hottest occurring pepper, and this has gone to the Guinness Book of Records. The tropical fruits and vegetables, especially pineapple, papaya, and passion fruits, which due to their striking taste, flavor, and quality. Besides that, the exotic fruits like kiwi, avocado, dragon fruits, and persimmons are growing in abundance and are being marketed with high demand. All these, which due to their striking taste and quality, have been able to garner good attention whenever they are being marketed and to make it available in the market. More modern crops like coffee and tea are also witnessing high quality harvest, and the people are taking keen interest in growing, and it has reached some market as far as South Africa and Europe. Naturally, Nagaland, a brand and marketing platform, has also been created for the various organically grown processed foods and other traditional items in the state. There exists great investment opportunity in the agriculture and allied sector of the state. And I would urge every one of you to consider exploring the immense possibilities in these sectors. Nagaland, blessed with the pristine and beautiful natural environment, almost entirely untouched and unpolluted, is a tourist paradise. The state offers a huge potential of tourism industry, especially for those desiring an unique out-of-the-box experience. There are jungles and mountains to explore, lush valleys and sparkling streams, which is a heaven for trekking and campers, as well as motorsports and off-road, which are being started. Add to this the fascinating history of Nagas as headhunters and fierce warriors, are delightful folklores, and our unique culture, and one we get to enjoy as one of its kind tourist experience. Dear distinguished guests, our Naga society from an entire tribal way of life has been a rapid transformation to a town-based modern way of life within a very short period of time. Perhaps it is the ingrained strength and exceptional adaptability of our people that facilitated the smooth adoption of the modern way of life with a persistent zeal of learning new skills coupled with the wide usage of speaking English language. We feel that we have a head start advantage, especially in the services sector, The state also has a relatively young workforce and a higher literacy rate than the national average. Among services sector in particular, it is well equipped to excel in the IT sector with the rich guidance and building of the infrastructures ecosystem. We would implore those who are from this field to consider investing in this sector. While I have highlighted certain sectors where we feel we are advantageously placed and where abundant business opportunity exists, which could be mutually beneficial for all of us, there are several other areas and sections with good potential, such as handloom and handicraft with additional expertise, sports and youth department, animal husbandry, livestock rearing, medical aromatic plants, and we have a wide range of bamboo naturally grows in all the area in Nagaland. Higher education, healthcare, and logistic, to name a few. As the business meet progress further, I'm sure you will identify more sectors which could be studied closely for investment and business opportunities. The northeastern region of India is the natural gateway to Southeast Asia for the country, and Nagaland lies along this strategic route. India has enjoyed historical ties with nations of the Southeast Asia for centuries through trade, cultural exchanges, through the sea routes, and the land route through Nagaland state for business and trade. Is those a natural extension to part? In the past, our state was considered close to the rest of the country, the world perhaps due to its relative remoteness and backwardness, as well as its historical and political aspect. But over the past 2 decades, it has opened up to the world, and it is now offering huge untapped potentials in several areas of trade and commerce to the outside world. Due to the lack of infrastructure in the past, there are lots and large unexploited and unexplored natural resources available in the state, which provides tremendous opportunity, especially for those who can start early. On our part, we assure you that the state is fully geared up to put in place all the requisite system and enabling policy framework for ensuring a robust exchange of investment and business opportunities and facilitating a rapid and sustained industrial development in our state. We will ensure that creation of an investor-friendly environment, provision of infrastructure and institutional support, attractive incentive packages, and optimum utilization of existing resources in order to gainfully utilize emerging opportunities in the national and international market. I once again welcome all of you and our distinguished guests, the overseas dignitaries, visitors and officials to Nagaland, and invite you to experience and savor our unique culture custom, and tradition, while are exploring business opportunity for investment in our several promising sectors and industries. Through this meet, we hope to build strong business ties, and we hope you have a wonderful experience that Nagaland that is naturally Nagaland. I wish all of you a meaningful deliberation and a fruitful G20 Business Summit. Thank you and Jai Hind.
Thank you so much, Honorable Chief Minister, for the insightful overview of Nagaland's potential and also for projecting our readiness so well. To mark the closing of the inaugural session of the Conference on Opportunities for Multilateral Business Partnerships in Agriculture, Food Processing, Tourism and Information Technology, I would like to request Mr. Hatang Yantan, the Honorable Advisor of Agriculture, Government of Nagaland, to deliver the vote of thanks.
Thank you, MC, for the time. Honorable Minister of State for External Affairs, Government of India, Dr. Rajkumar Ranjan Singh Ji, Honorable Chief Minister of Nagaland, Sri Nifirio, Chief Secretary to the Government of Nagaland, Sri J. Alam, Dr. Rupa Tutto, Principal Economic Advisor, Department for Promotion of Industry and Internal Trade, Government of India, officials of the Confederation of Indian Industry, distinguished delegates from the G20 countries, cabinet ministers, advisors, and MLAs, Government of Nagaland, administrative heads and head of various departments, entrepreneurs, members of the media fraternity, ladies and gentlemen. I am privileged to propose vote of thanks on this historic event, which is graced by many world leaders and dignitaries from across the world. It is a matter of great pride and privilege for Nagaland to have the opportunity to host the B20 initiative, the official G20 dialogue forum for the global business community. On behalf of the state of Nagaland, I express my heartfelt gratitude to the Government of India for choosing our state Nagaland to be one of the venues for G20 business meet. Thank you for trusting our state to host a global event of this magnitude. The Ministry of External Affairs, the Department for Promotion of Industry and Internal Trade, Government of India, in the history of our state. Thank you very much. Our respect and gratitude to the distinguished speakers for gracing and enlightening us with your wisdom and knowledge on the relevant subjects. Special thanks goes to the ministers present for their support and guidance, especially Dr. Rajkumar Ranjan Singh, Honorable Union Minister of State for External Affairs, Government of India, and also Sri Som Prakash, Honorable Minister of State for Commerce and Industry, Government of India, though he is not here. We are indebted to CII for successfully facilitating the B20 meet and working for the best interests of the state of Nagaland for potential investment, collaboration and tie-ups. We are privileged to have honorable delegates from 27 countries. It is our pleasure to host you and thank you for making this event more meaningful with your presence. Our deep appreciation to our Honorable Chief Minister of Nagaland, Sri Nifirio, for his proactive leadership and guiding us at every point of time in organizing this great event. Thank you, sir, for your support at all times.